In this week's Torah reading, Shelach Lecha, we find this incredible psychological insight. Moses is commanded by God to send a representative of each tribe, so 12 representatives, into the land of Israel, because they are poised to enter the promised land. To send these representatives in to tour the land for 40 days and report back on what they have found. God obviously knows what kind of report the representatives will make. But when they come back, 10 of the 12 scouts report how difficult and in fact impossible it will be to enter the land of Israel. They describe fortified cities and they make the following statement. The inhabitants, that is, these 10 scouts say, the inhabitants of the land of Israel seemed like giants in our eyes, and we seemed to them to be like grasshoppers. What a fascinating comment to make to the entire population of Israel. How do they know what the people of the land of Israel felt about these 12 scouts? It's obvious that this is the impression that the 12 scouts had about themselves and about the process of inhabiting and taking over the land of Israel. It reflected a sense of low self-esteem of these 12 scouts. We seemed as grasshoppers in their eyes. This is the same people of Israel who had no problem in designing a golden calf and bowing down to it, no problem in complaining to Moses and to God about the lack of food and the lack of water. They have plenty of opportunity to complain and raise a ruckus, and yet when they are about to fulfill their dream or begin that process, they say we are as grasshoppers in their eyes. The rabbis say that the ideal personality to have is a humble or contrite spirit. But the rabbis never say that we should have low self-esteem. There's quite a difference between humility and the way we present ourselves to others with whom we relate, and a sense of low self-esteem. We need to be proud of who we are. We need to be confident about our background and our values and the family and community that we have. We need to be self-assured about that, but we cannot be arrogant about that. We need to be humble and with humility as we approach other people. So this psychological insight from the portion describes the sin of the scouts and why the Israelites were punished by wandering for 38 more years because of that sense of low self-esteem and complaining and raising a ruckus about the wrong issues. And we have the rabbis understanding the sense of humility. If we can find that balance in our lives and achieve that level of self-assuredness and confidence about who we are, and at the same time be humble, then we will have achieved what the rabbis thought, and we will never be considered as grasshoppers in anyone else's eyes. Shabbat Shalom.